All right, good morning, everybody. Some good China news, it looks like, pumping us up slightly. Looks like AYX trying to get over our trend line here today. Not too mad at that. Seems like very low volume on the futures. That's weird. Excuse me. Hey, good morning, Rob. Morning, Eli. I feel pretty good. I felt better yesterday afternoon. I think I had the same thing, so I had some antibodies left in my system, and I ended up kicking its butt a little bit quicker. It didn't feel as bad the entire time, which is good too. So, yeah, thank you for asking. Yeah, AYX looking pretty good on this little mini pullback that it had. It's just trying to get out of it. It's like a little trend line right there. That could be an entry. Volume's a little bit light. Trying to see if it'll start to do something, but sometimes it just starts to go. Excuse me. Watched a bunch of people defending Tesla truck design. It, it's grown. Actually, the thing I do like about it, it's actually, I was looking at Twitter earlier. I will say this. Let's see if I can find it because I think I switched. Yeah. It's kind of, yeah, there we go. It's actually up on this profile. um, so here it is versus the F-150. So there's the F-150. I will say, looking at those side by side, Tesla truck all day long. I'll just say that. Like by itself, it's awkward, a little too different, and a little strange. But you put it up against the Tesla truck or the F-150, and the F-150 just looks like cold stamped steel. Just stamped steel everywhere. It's just what it looks like. This thing looks like someone. I don't know. Like I really didn't like it when I first saw it. For about the first hour, I was basically throwing up in my mouth. Um, but I'm actually not mad at it. I think the front's a little too minimalistic. I think the rear's a little too minimalistic. Um, the wheel wells are a little weird too. But I'm actually not horribly mad at the triangle shape. Especially when you look at it like this. You look inside the bed here, you see all the wheel wells and stuff. I don't know. And then what you pay for the damn truck. You know how much a truck is these days? It makes this look like a bargain. These trucks are horribly expensive. So, anyway, it's growing on me a little bit. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that is accurate. That is 100% accurate. Yeah, I do agree with that. Well, see, it's weird. Like, he didn't design it for workers. He designed it to be a cool truck, but he didn't design it to be ergonomical. I mean, look, it's got some good ergonomical features like the tailgate that extends into a ramp. Whether that makes it into production or not is a different issue, but I mean, it's cool in concept. But what if you don't need a ramp? What if you just want to step up? I like the step that the new Chevy, I think it's the Chevy, is doing. Anyway, I think it could use a little refinement, but if you look at where the beds load here, I mean, yeah, it's a tiny bit, it's a tiny bit lower, but not by much, and it's just, yeah, I agree with you on that, 100%, 100%. You need, yeah, when you have a truck, you do just want to go here and throw the shit in the back. Although I don't know, did he show what the pass through is like between the cab and the bed? I don't know. I don't know what that's like. Anyway, just from a design perspective, just from a visual perspective, this is way cooler than this. At least that's what I think. Yeah. It's almost like there should be two trucks. There should be a truck that is a mule truck but he really doesn't make mule trucks. Anyway, it'll sell. Look, let's be real. There's a lot of people out there that just use a truck like a car and they just want to have a truck. Those are the guys that are going to buy the Tesla truck. And maybe the off-road guys that don't really care too much about the bed. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so AYX MDCO got bought out this morning. So they're up another 23% on the buyout. So we'll never hear about them again. So they're dead to us. They got bought out. Bye-bye, MDCO. Lucky Coffee up this morning. Again. Just tons of volume stepping in on this thing, especially on the weekly chart. Daily chart too, lots of volume. The lower volumes on these 2 down days and then extended volume on the up days. So Lucky, hopefully you'll keep extending up. If you take a measured move on this thing, by the way, which I did, you're up here at about 42. You're currently at 30. The high is 31. So that's not bad. Tesla Moonmobile. That's funny. Yeah, I think if he coined a new type of car, a new type of I don't know. I really don't want to compare it to the Ridgeline because the Ridgeline is just a horrible truck because it's not even a truck. It's literally a unibody. That Tesla can haul, I believe, more than like an F-250 can, is my understanding. The Ridgeline is just an Accord with a bed, which is ugly. The Tesla's at least futuristic. The original Ridgeline, when it came out, was just an atrocity. Literally, it was an atrocity. I felt ashamed to like Honda at that particular point in time in my life. DocuSign looks like it may be ready to go. Maybe break out of this this channel it's been stuck in. A break of that would be pretty bullish, and you may argue a measured move out of it. Should get you up to near the $100 level, 95 it looks like. So there's a possibility. It's not quite there yet. Good volume this morning though. Look at that volume. We had good volume a couple days ago here, and nice coiling day yesterday, and then now expanding out. So that's pretty good. D-Dog looking better. So D-Dog off of the 10-day moving average here. Nice bounce out. And the 10 days just kind of walking with it. So maybe pullback buys on D-Dog or what you'll want to do if we get them anytime soon. So there's the breakout point with the prior high. It's above it right now. We'll see how it works out in the next little bit here. Oh, Tesla's actually up today. I thought they were down. I guess they gapped up and dropped a little lower. Okay. Not mad either way. ENDP still squeezing right at that pivot point. So I think that's probably still actionable. You got a pretty nice pocket pivot over here. Most of the volume coming in the morning. And then maybe getting ready to squeeze out of there. BLD still working its way higher. Win at a potential pivot point here. Kind of getting squeezed a little bit. There's no major bottom trend line squeezing it up, but the moving averages is being supported by pretty much all of them at this stage of the game. And Win this morning, a little bit of volume. Doing pretty good. Looks like it's so Win has these longer cycles like this, and looks like Win may be in the middle of breaking another one. It broke one over here of similar scope and scale. Unfortunately, it took a long time for it really to get going. It took about a year and a half. So So it makes me a little trepidatious about jumping in something like this. NASDAQ's up 0.8% though almost. So that's pretty good. All right, ENDP, Momo's doing pretty good. JD.com, maybe trying to come back. We'll see. Coop near the highs. Carvana near the highs, actually at the highs. Trenton highs right now. It's actually slightly above. There's a trend line. I believe it's right there. Carvana is trying to extend out of. No major volume getting out of it, but a little elevated. At least average here recently. AMD looks like it pulled into some moving averages. There's a support of a 10-day moving average right there. So this could be loosely buyable here still right off the 10-day as it's been riding up the 10-day. And then you can, I mean, ideally, maybe you get a bounce up here to like the 44 level. It's about a 10% move on AMD. That's not too bad. I mean, the market kind of has shown its hand already. AMD is something that it likes, and if we're indeed going to start curling back up again, we had a little... So this is the middle Bollinger Band line. And one guy says the NASDAQ likes the Bollinger Bands, and so far it likes the Bollinger Bands. And we tested that blue line a couple of times, and right now we're trying to curl higher, and so AMD, you could argue, to 44 here with a quickness, maybe in a couple of weeks. That's pretty good on the options play, 209% for an 18-day option. That'll get you up there to in 18 days. That's the 44, so that's, yeah, right about there. So I don't think that's too bad. I like that, actually. I'm going to take that trade. All right, so that's pretty good. Visa's not looking too bad either. It's a little down the list there, but it's up about 1% today. Still squeezing above this one, finding more support. Here's a 20 period moving average, 10-day moving average, and it's above it again today. We had a little bit of support yesterday, so yeah, today could be good in Visa too. You ended up getting out on the bounce. Yeah, well, we have another higher low here in Visa overall, so I think it's doing fine. It's just kind of walking its way slowly higher. So I think these pullbacks are probably some good opportunities. Friday, they ended up trying to scare everyone Friday morning, and by the afternoon, things got better again on pretty much everything. So I would argue, yeah, Visa right here probably is pretty good. The question is, do we stay within a trend here? Do we overtake recent highs on Visa? We really didn't rally too far past that point. So at least just in an intermediate term, or immediate term, depending on your time scale here. Visa bouncing up a little bit, and then maybe up a bunch more up here. If we can finally eclipse these highs and get going. But I think Visa, for kind of from a longer term perspective, is in a really good spot. Towards the end of one of these bases looks very enticing. So there's the move up there, a couple days consolidation. Now we're already back to almost the middle of the drop down. Yeah, it's interesting too, because if you look at Visa and look at the volume, its 2 down days were lighter volume sequentially, and then the support day had higher volume by a significant amount, about 20%, over 20% higher volume. And so that was all that support coming in. There's your dark pool consolidation right there at the end of the day. So Visa not looking too bad. OPT is up 1.38. Oak has been able to hold up pretty nice and tight lately. So a little tight consolidation here, some resistance at the 130. If it can break over that 130, it's gone. Let's see how Match is doing. I had Match on my list here. Support of the 200-day. Looks like it still has support. It's very low risk right here. Your 200 days, even closer now, about 1%. Give it to recent lows, and you're talking about a 1, maybe 1.5%. A little bit disturbing with all this distribution up here, but I don't know. It's a little. Those last 2 days aren't very fun. I was also trying to squeeze over here and then got beaten down again. So sorry for having 2 volumes up, but some of the IPOs I get no volume. Like D-Dog, I get no volume over here. How's D-Dog doing? All right, poking at highs. Is it going to go for it again? Good volume here on this one candle on the 5-minute chart. Ah. Sitting right there, poking into highs. We'll see how it goes. Twilio's down here. HEI is down here. Regeneron had a big day Friday. How's Lucky doing? Lucky bursting up again into new highs this morning right there. A little bit of distribution stepping in. Is either where things are going to take off or reverse is what I have the feeling. INMD also, after a pretty big pullback, you got a pretty big sell-off right there, even with some excuse me, some decent green action right there. Family still here? I'm going to have to help the family get ready real quick if they're still here. But anyway, so yeah, LK, or I'm sorry, not great, now I got the hiccups. INMD not looking bad this morning on a big pullback from the 60 to the 40. Hold on a sec. All right, I'm back. Anyway, INMD looks like it's starting a little move here. There we go. Good volume on the upthrust right there. NASDAQ 0.87. So far, it looks like it's an actual rally. So I think we can probably stay with that. If you're looking at, I guess let's check out an INMD trade. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess the question is, where do you want INMD to go? Pretty good volumes this morning, especially out of a low area. This is a pretty good place, I think, to get it. You're going to find some resistance there about 47, but you're going to have 51 on the breakdown point. And then up there, you got about 58 towards the actual sell-off point. You guys down good? Yeah, it's not even on my radar anymore. I think failed to go higher a second time I was done. All right, Oak's up 1.45%. It's a little more, I think. Carvana's up 2%. Nice. Okta did pretty good. How's Visa doing? Okay. Cal, Kiwi, Intuit. Down a bunch here for some reason. No one's doing taxes anymore. All right. It's a good reason for Intuit to drop. Fortinet. Still beautiful. Nice on the nice little drop off, little upward thing going on right there. I think nothing's wrong with Fortinet. That looks pretty good. Just stuck in a big trend. INMD keeps going. So there you go, some INMD. About 25% to highs if we get up there. We may not. It's a pretty big drop off. All right, let's go see what's what. We got D-Dog up 3.73. Let's go check the Globalist. The Globalist. Isn't that a TV show? INMD popping some mo. Pulling in a little bit here. All right. LK is doing pretty good. Hexo. Pays. NIO. NVIDIA. This was actually looking really good. I was actually thinking about this, and of course it gaps up overnight. Piece of garbage. This looks actually pretty good. I'm really not mad at NVIDIA here. Look at how nice and tight it's been the past couple of days. Straight declining volume. No issues at all with NVIDIA right here, I think. I think it's really good. Maybe we'll get a pullback a little bit here, but I don't know. It's got a nice gap up. It's not a major consolidation. It's a really small pattern. But the market's down the past couple of days. NVIDIA flat. Just straight up flat, supported that 20-period moving average. Well above the 50. Yeah, maybe a little extended here. What's up, Jake? ETFC with maybe reversal through some moving averages. So apparently, Schwab's buying Ameritrade, and E-Trade dumped on the news, which is a little bit weird. You'd think they'd also be on the auction chopping block. Excuse me. NIO, NVIDIA. That's the one that needs to be on the actionable list. Hey, what? Yeah, I think I said hello, Jake. Well, if I didn't, hello, Jake. Seems like date just started and I gotta get out of here. Freaking power hours in 30 minutes. Well, I gotta start the newsletter in 30 minutes. Chegg, TNA. TNA looks buyable here. Look at that little bull flag. Got kind of a W pattern here, almost a triple bottom, and a little W pattern. So this is the Russell 2000, at least the 3x ETF version of it. I find this fairly encouraging. Look at that. What do you got here? About 8% to recent highs on the Russell. So if you take the TNA, which is the 3x version of it, looks like there's a declining trend line here because, again, this is a 3x, so it's going to be different. Got about a 46% there to recent highs. And if this market takes off, if your small caps start moving, this move is really for real. The small caps, we don't ever talk about this, actually. I don't know why, but the small caps here, without the small caps moving, it's not like a real bull market. In a real bull market, you got to have, I mean, everything moving. The Dow just hit new highs. The S&P, NASDAQ hit highs. Look at where the Russell is. It's way down lower. So little mini bull flag here the past couple of weeks is actually pretty nice. And then this morning with this much volume on a Monday, that could be pretty good for TNA, for the small caps. Well, for everything. See the NASDAQ up 0.83% now. So that's actually very encouraging. Little bull flag above our major moving averages, almost all moving averages. This can get just a little bit higher today. We're just going to start to explode. That's good. This is good. That's really good right there. That's going to be, it could be a turning point in the market. We go from choppy to actual just straight up uptrend, which I think we may have already started. I mean, we're in highs anyways. So won't be super shy about taking positions. What was that on Save? Save looked like maybe a turnaround play down here. Pretty good volume. Nice extension. Look at that price extension. That's definitely different than most days. I can't even tell where this day starts and the previous day ends. That's a pretty good 2.5% all by itself. Yeah, the TQQQ. TNA, yeah, usually really starts to rock and roll when it starts to rock and roll. But here, this one's not too bad on Save, on Spirit Airlines. Getting some moving average support. We'll see how the day turns out. These things, can turn around when they're near resistance points. This one's resistance is at about 40. But that could spark something pretty good. You've got a bigger range here from 40 to 60. That's a 50% move right there. That's not to be argued with. That's not bad. It could take a half a year, but 50%'s not too shabby. I'm going to put that on the actionable list. Las Vegas Sands, same industry as Wynn. Looking pretty good right there too. HC, DDD, 3D Systems. You almost look like you want to move off of a low, which is rare for you because you're a piece of garbage. And you haven't moved since you bottomed in 2015. AMAD new highs. EDU trying to bounce off moving averages. Kari NDP, Lululemon. I'm not touching anything. I do got to get going here in a little bit, but the action here is really good. I really don't want to go. I'm in Fox Factory. An old winner finding support kind of near a choppy level over here. Did undercut a recent base, so this would be a first stage base, even though there's no run up yet. So this would be straight up a reversal play in Fox. Nothing super definitive yet, although we are able to hold lows, which is always nice. And the little potential here for a trend line break on Fox. I think this is, yeah, this is thinly traded. That was one of the things about this stock, is pretty thinly traded. Workday also looks like it's curling up. Oh, there we go. Broke our trend line. I know cryptos are freaking... Well, they may have just bottomed overnight. Excel also doing pretty good. Take-Two, Casa, CGC. I mean, the market's doing good here. 0.91% for the Nasdaq. They're moving it higher, but they're not running it. They're not getting you excited, which is good. They're still trying to nibble while they can. Grifols, that looks pretty nice right there. And Fox Factory's looking pretty scrumdiddly-umptious. You're going to have, I don't know about a low-risk entry point. We're a little extended off of these lows. They're about 5%. That's loosely manageable for a stop. Again, a thinly traded stock, though. All right, let's go back down to the actionable list here. Got INMD about 7%. LK. So we're pulling in a little bit in some of these. NVIDIA is not pulling back. IPHI, nice extension. And what looks like a nothing day so far, but oh, the way that's looking, we could get up here 74, 75. If that continues, that looks really nice. It's going for it. Good support of the low right there. Selling drying up there a little bit. I don't know. 4% rate today is pretty. It's pretty good for this one. I don't know if this one has too many days where it's up like 10%, other than the gap days, but hard to count those. Not too bad. D-Dog holding its own so far. Still not above recent highs, but not selling off yet. Spirit Airlines looking really good. Win also has potential. It's not running quite yet. Visa 0.81%. Okta pulled in a little bit. QENDP. So definitely a lot of talent up here. I mean, things are working. Winnebago's still looking awesome. And yesterday with a pocket pivot, not quite. 605, 647. So not a pocket pivot, but an elevated volume day. Also kind of a doji close, which I'm not sure if that's good or bad. Looks like it's good. It's at a decent place on the chart. But Winnebago's just been on fire this whole year. Who would have thought RVs? 101% this year. You going to go for the round trip here and take us on up to the 58 level? Winnebago? Could try. It's been a leader this year. Hard to argue with the charts it's forming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-week super flat base. 8% is not bad. Really, Jake? Well, that's cool. What'd you write it in? Or do you use like a platform or something like a was it Quantiax or something like that? Yeah, no, I actually like that setup a lot. Oh, on TradingView? Oh, that's cool. Did you use some standard indicators or did you make some custom indicators for that? Gotcha. So you can link up 3 commas in TradingView? Interesting. That's pretty neat. All right, I probably should get going here. This Winnebago trade's looking pretty good. There you go, still popping right there. I'm not sure how much volume today, not too much, but maybe it'll get rocking here. I don't know where all the volume comes in on this days. Looks like you'd have a little more than that. London bans Uber? What? This day gets better and better. Yeah, it doesn't appear, well, all their money's in self-driving cars, so I don't know, maybe it's not. Anyway, I gotta get going though, guys. Winnebago's looking like it's pretty decent here. Maybe making a go for it. We'll see. Nasdaq 0.94%, doing good. I mean, the market looks like it's in a good spot. AYX just took a big dump. Yeah, we'll see if it'll find some support. Off to a good start this morning. Still above the trend line. We'll see how it goes. So, yeah, we'll see. Nasdaq seems to be on a little steady stream higher, but some individual names having a little bit of volatility. INMD loosely manageable. LK seems to have pulled in a little bit as well. Nvidia still in a nice bull flag on the day. Save appears to want to try to go higher. And D-Dog still stalling up there at highs. We'll see if that's able to get over the hump. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Yeah, I'll see you. Bye.